All right, shalom, shalom. It's the GMS lesson. Come back at you. Before I do get into this lesson, I'm going to start by giving our honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. Accept the honors of my apostles, elders, great millstone, taught me the 100% truth of the Bible, and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and sincerity. So I'm going to just jump right into this little clip real quick. About something that went down here in North Carolina. If you're familiar with North Carolina, Southern Pines, Moore County, right? Not just Southern Pines, the whole county, Moore County, a substation was attacked, right? This happened about a couple weeks ago, but it just came to my attention, and I just want to bring something out on it. So I'm going to just jump right into this little clip real quick, and then bring some precepts out.
Happy New Year, everyone. You know what I like about this? You're all...
Because these things are coming from the Heavenly Father, man, who are coming on high, man. These things are not happening by accident.
On CNN.
Whitney, there is, as I understand it, some evidence that investigators found there on the scene. What more are they telling you about what they're learning?
Well, this is excellent reporting from my colleague John Miller. Sources telling John that just hours after these shootings at these two substations on Saturday night, sometime in the afternoon or evening, police were able to recover dozens of shell casings from both scenes. And that is critical because it does a few things. One, it helps law enforcement figure out where the shooting happened in proximity to the substation. The other thing is that those shell casings can be critical because federal law enforcement can run those through a database and connect those to the specific firearm used. So, for example, if there's a firearm used in another shooting that at this point doesn't look connected, but the ballistic tracing matches, that's a very significant lead. Meanwhile, here in Moore County, people are doing whatever they can to try to overcome this. This is a significant impact. One woman telling us that because of this power outage, she can't work, and this is costing her hundreds of dollars.
At one point, right before she clicks over to the woman speaking, she said that these ballistics can be found the ballistics to the shell casings can trace back to the guns being bought, or if there are other shootings, right? There's this isn't the only incident, right? Over there in Tacoma, Washington, same thing happened, right? But only about 14 to 15,000 people were displaced, right? Due to that. In this situation, it was almost 50,000 people, from 35 to 45,000 people. And these are small numbers in comparison to what it could be, to what it is going to be, right? These are just, small instances, right, that have huge ramifications for people, though. You know what I'm saying? Not counting these things as small, but just saying in comparison to displacing this whole country, to this whole country being in chaos, to the whole land of America being in disarray, right? And all hell breaking loose here, which is going to happen, right? These are just little small things that show you that what could happen on a larger scale, right? Which we're going to, Lord willing, get some precepts on that. So I'm going to let it go back a little bit.
People are doing whatever they can to try to overcome this. This is a significant impact. One woman telling us that because of this power outage, she can't work, and this is costing her hundreds of dollars.
It's not like it was just a storm that just came through and then we was able to be prepared for this. No, this was something that just happened out of the blue, and now we're all suffering, and it's not right. Very angry and disappointed because instead of everybody coming together and being against each other, we should come together and be able to help each other and love each other.
Well, I'm going to stop right there. They don't really say too much after that. But that's the point I want to get, right? What'd she say? She said it's not like it was something that we could prepare for, right? It'd be one thing if it was like a storm, something that we could see coming and things like that. But that's not how the Lord's coming. These plagues, these calamities, these woes that the Lord is bringing upon the earth are not going to come in a way that you can just prepare for it, so you can get out of the way, so you can continue in your wickedness and then prepare yourself for the things that's coming. No, the Lord ain't about to give it up that easy. Let's get something real quick. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. We're not supposed to tarry. We're not supposed to put off, right? We're not supposed to procrastinate when it comes to turning to the Lord, man. and putting that off from day to day, right? I'm pretty sure she ain't put off going to work. She looked pissed that she was missing work. She need that money. I'm pretty sure she go, I can't speak for her, but I'm pretty sure she on time, right? She go to work every day. She clock in, clock out, do what she got to do every day. She don't put off when it comes to making that money to pay her bills or to feed her family, right? And not to digress, but, she looked like one of those undesirables anyway, right? Which it kind of ties into something else that happened in the city. I got family down there in not in Moore County, but in Robeson County, Cumberland County. If you know North Carolina, those areas are not too far apart, maybe an hour apart, right? And they're saying that this shooting was a direct link to when you're closer to the area, you hear different stuff. A lot of people, family members came up this past weekend from this holiday that just passed, talking about this shooting was a direct correlation to a drag event that went down in Southern Pines, Moore County, man. So this was a retaliation to try to stop that little drag event, right? So, just bringing that out, man. Spiritual man judging for all things, man. So, the Lord got these spirits created for vengeance out here, man. All right, which we're going to Lord willing get. But not to digress, it reads verse 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. Our people are proactive in their wickedness, smoking weed, blunts, blacks, cigarettes, proactive. They pre-roll their blunts. They proactive in putting up Christmas lights, Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners, right? I'm pretty sure our people are already preparing on what they're going to do for New Year's, right? In advance, proactive. They don't put off their wickedness, right? So how much more when it comes to turning back to the Lord and the Lord willing being saved and delivered from oncoming hell that's about to before this place, right? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. She said, man, it'd be one thing if I had time to prepare. It'd be one thing, but no, now we're all suffering, right? Now we're all suffering, right? And didn't have time to prepare, didn't have a time to get a grasp on these things. That's how these things are going to come, man. For suddenly means swift, fast, quick, unexpectedly. The wrath of the Lord is going to catch a lot of people with their pants down, right? And this is just the beginning. This ain't even bad in comparison to what's coming. It reads, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So you're gonna, whatever you find security in, what this lady finds security in her job, right? People with their guns, their arms, right? Hospitals. Look at all the people who were displaced, man. You gotta think, man. Hospitals. My family member that came up and was talking about it was saying NICU babies had to be transported from one hospital to the next. People thinking that these hospitals got all the answers, all this and all that, right? Not putting their trust in the Lord, right? Whatever you find security in, right? Nursing homes, right? Your jobs, your cars, clothes, money, holes, whatever it is, man, is going to fail you in the day of the Lord's vengeance, man. The day that the Lord enacts his vengeance upon this place, right? And the day of the Lord entails more than just the actual day of his return, but all the days leading up, man. Right? So, we are in the days of the Lord's vengeance, man. So all these things are happening, are going to continually and increase to get worse, man. Right? That's why we can't tarry. That's why we can't put off when it concerns to turning back to the Lord, man. Right? Let me get something real quick. Something else. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right? Everything was all good, man, about a week ago. Well, in correlation to this, about a month ago, right? Because this was about 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. But right before all these things happened, everything was going business as usual, man. Right? They didn't have not a care in the world. Right? For when they shall say peace and safety, right? And who else is saying peace and safety? The higher ups, the governors, the presidents, right? The mayors, right? These sellouts of our people, right? who are telling our people everything is all good, everything is all right. They saying peace and safety, right? Telling you that everything's going to get back to normal, everything's going to get back in place, right? But what? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. Right? Sudden destruction. As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? And that's how that woman was feeling. She was like, it was all good. She was like, it'd be one thing if we had time to prepare. No, but these calamities, these plagues, these woes that the Lord is going to bring upon this place are going to come, right? Are going to come in rapid succession, man, like a woman who's giving birth, right? Like, because when a woman is in birth and she has her birth pains, right, they come one after another, one after another, one after another. They don't give you enough time, right? Any brother, right, or any sister, especially sisters who've been pregnant, but any brother who's witnessed their woman giving birth, those birth pains, right? The birth pains don't give you enough time to get over the last, and that's how these are how these plagues and these calamities that the Lord is bringing upon the earth are likened to, man. Like a woman giving birth, man. Right? So let me get that real quick. Bear with me. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, right? 2nd Ezra 16 and 37. It reads, "Behold, the plagues drawing nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman," right? I'm gonna get it on here. Slack you. Yep, it reads on. Yep, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with a child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child come forth, they slack not." Right? "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." Right? And that's how it's going to be, man. These plagues are going to come in rapid succession, man. You're not going to have time to get right from the last, man. Right? One thing's going to come, boom. Another thing's going to come, boom. Power outages, boom. Right? Food going bad, boom. Right? It said people had to pull up the gas stations, charge their phones. Power outages everywhere. Can't go to the gas station, can't charge your phone. You can't get in contact with your family. You can't go from one city to the next. Right? No gas, right? Things about to get really bad out here. Let me get something real quick. It said the plagues are coming. What plagues are the Lord bringing? This is 2nd Ezra 15:5. "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." If the power grid grows out across the whole country, all these things are going to come from one incident. The power grid going out. That sword. That sword is representation of destruction, right? Any killing instrument, right? People are going to be fighting to get what they need. Famine. Food is going to go bad, right? Food is going to be taken out of these stores. People are going to be looting, pillaging, trying to get what they need out of these stores, right? People are going to be starving for not having what they need, right? Death and destruction, man. The sword and famine on their own bring death and destruction, but what? The Lord doubled down on it, man. So whatever you think can go wrong, whatever you think can put somebody to death, whatever you think can cause somebody to starve, go and multiply it by 10, man. All right? So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out, right? Lord willing, bring a part 2 to it, and, go from there. So peace and love to the elect. Shalom.